Yeah, so there's a lot of controversy surrounding the comments that Kanye West made on slavery, how slavery was a choice, and stuff like this. You know, um, I think his comments were very unclear. Um, he needed to be more specific because, it was a choice based upon the people who were enslaving in Africa. Because you have to think about it from a perspective where it started in Africa. Slavery started in Africa, and it was a choice based on the enslaver rather than a choice of the enslaved, and a lot of people dislike what Kanye West said. A lot of people don't agree with Kanye West said. But, I think his comments are, as always, they're too much to understand in the moment. And it's something you got to really think about. And I think it is deep. And there was someone at the TMZ office who said he's not thinking. Well, I really do think he's thinking about these comments, very deeply. And, you know, it's something that I don't think we could understand because it's still so new. It's still in our face. We've just ended slavery how long ago? And um, it's very touchy. It's very touchy, and was it a choice? Was slavery a choice? I think is the question we need to ask ourselves. Was slavery a choice? And I could already hear people replying, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't a choice. It wasn't a choice. It wasn't a choice. It was not a choice. But that's the perspective of someone who isn't really trying to have an open mind about it. I feel like, was genocide a choice? Was anything a choice? If we're going to question slavery, let's question genocide. I think what he's saying is, why wasn't there more of a fight? The enslavers made a choice to enslave. I think his comments are deriving from that. And though I may not completely agree, I will not deny it to not be an intellectual statement at all. And every man's entitled to his opinion. And, my thing with Kanye is, if you're going to say something like that, you should write about it. You should really write about it. You should put out some kind of essay and explain yourself further. You can't just make a comment like that and not explain yourself. Because I want to agree with him. I'm rooting for him. I love Kanye. I think he's a genius. He's an artist. But if you're going to make a comment like that, you have to extend your answer. You can't just make a 10-word comment like, this is Twitter. This is not Twitter. This is the real world. And if you're going to make a comment like that, you have to explain yourself. You have to. And that's the only way. That's the only way for people to get people on your side. Put aside the whole Donald Trump thing, the whole Make America Great Again thing. I think we put too much emphasis on people who support Trump. At the end of the day, I could care less about what Trump thinks. I could care less about what Kanye West thinks. But as a people, if we're going to have these kinds of opinions, we need to explain further. We need to get into depth and we need to be a little bit more intellectual about the things that we say. And one last thing, him saying, TMZ is a powerful media source. TMZ is not a powerful media source, and we should not dictate our lives. If you're a celebrity, you should not dictate your life based upon what TMZ is reporting. He's saying that he got liposuction based on TMZ because they didn't want him to call him fat. You know, whenever I have a college degree, so whenever I hear something in TMZ, I remember it for like 3 to 6 days the most, and I completely forget about it. I don't remember any report that TMZ reported last year. you know, you know, people who matter, people whose opinions matter, the media sources that they go to are not TMZ. You know, so I heard this whole thing about Rob Kardashian not wanting to attend the wedding because TMZ was calling it fat, something like this. You know, we need to extend our minds a little bit more, and we need to educate ourselves a little bit more too. You know, and that's coming from a real perspective. You know, like I get my news from the BBC, CNN, and I still question all that shit, and I still don't believe 50% of what they say. You know, and it's like I think we take our images too seriously. I think we take ourselves too seriously, but not serious enough. And that's a quote from Kanye West. You know, but you know, I think we all just need to chill and just let people have their opinions, no matter what. You know, and you know, I find myself repeating what Kanye West said. You know, agree to disagree. And you know, we shouldn't take it so personal. We shouldn't take it so personal when Kanye West makes statements like this. People are who they are. People could say what they want. It's the beauty of America. And that's that. Over and out.